Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Soulful Soul. My name is Gladys, and this is your weekly pick a card reading. If you like the way I read and if my reading has meaning for you, please share with others. I'd love to grow my channel, and please subscribe if you haven't. Also, I would love to hear your input. I would love to see your comments, and if you have any questions or anything you'd like me to cover, and within my values and what I'm trying to do here with the channel, I will be very happy to do that. I'm happy to answer questions. I'm happy to focus readings in a certain direction if you have questions, as long as they are not asking for definite answers, because I don't believe in definite answers. You know, for me, the tarot is more of a guide on our journey rather than a prediction of an outcome. I also don't believe that there are set outcomes. I don't think anyone knows the future. So let's get this show on the road. I will have 4 piles. You can choose the one that you're most drawn to. Just feel in your heart which pile your heart is drawn to. That's it. It's don't overthink it, but do feel from your heart rather than your head. Okay, I think that's the best advice I can give. Welcome back, everyone. Your choices for this week's reading are between Group 1 is a heart. Group 2 is the tree of life pendant, the tree of life pendant. Group 3 is a little flower. And group 4 is angel wings. So take a moment and make your choice. Today I will start with group 4. Welcome back, group 1. You've chosen the heart, which tells me you might be dealing with love matters, and you get the 9 of Earth, which is really exciting. The 9 of Earth is about, it says here, apple. Makes me think of Aphrodite and Eve and that temptress nature, which is, or tempter, let's call it tempter, neutral nature, which, well, why not? But it might suggest that you're feeling very sexy and sensual and beautiful this week. Let's see, and maybe you're feeling love. Why not? Sounds like a plan. Group 1. Let's see what the cards say. Oops. The cards are flying out. Mm. 10 of Cups at the center. The cards are flying out. 10 of Cups in reverse. Interesting. Okay. Let's see. Well, you have the 10 of Cups at the center, which suggests, look at that, joyfulness. The 10 of Cups is the height of emotional fulfillment, and it's specifically fulfillment in love, in a relationship or in relationships of the love, like lovers kind. Look at this. It feels, let me think about this, like you didn't take a leap of faith on something, maybe. You felt like unsure about something that you wanted to take a leap of faith on. And yet, we'll see where the Fool leads us. maybe that's in the past, but look at this energy here of the Queen of Wands and the Emperor. It's possible that you are, so there's a lot of passion in a passionate relationship. I mean, the Queen of Wands is the Queen of passion, of fire, of fieriness, of creativity. Well, all the queens, I guess, are creative, but in very different ways. This is about passion and making things happen, of moving things forward, igniting passions. And there's an Emperor in your life in the upright, which suggests a really lovely, like father type energy, or maybe a stable masculine energy coming in. Now, I think that this page of cups is a bit dreamy, very cute. There's such a mixed lot of energy here. You've got the Queen of Wands, the King of Cups, the Emperor, Page of Cups. You have the Strength card, and the Strength card in reverse is about feeling a lack of power. Perhaps this is a past energy, beloveds, because, okay. I think it's a mixed energy. There's something that's lovely going on here. Like an offer of love has been made, maybe by this Emperor. But and there's all this abundance around you. There's a lot of love around you, but you might be in danger of not seeing your worth, not trusting. And that's what the Fool is about. I think you are not trusting in this potential of this, what feels like a relationship. Of course, it could be a work relationship. It could be any kind of relationship, but it does look to me like a partnership, especially a love partnership. I think that the Strength card is very important there. Because, and what's interesting is that you have this Man of Earth, which suggests this abundance. It is also someone who is very independent. So maybe it's related to reading I did last week, which spoke about that independence feeling threatening. Now, what I'm seeing in this reading is that independence is what makes you feel insecure in a way. Like you feel like you're turning that in on itself and see not valuing yourself enough. Maybe because you've been alone for so long, something like that. The Three of Coins does tell me that you are wary of partnerships. The Three of Coins is about an ultimate partnership in the sense of working together with someone to create something beautiful, or working together with others to create something really beautiful. So you're very wary of that. That's what I'm seeing there. And that's why you're afraid to take this leap of faith into possibly a relationship. And with the Hierophant there, maybe you're afraid of commitment. The Hierophant can be seen as the marriage card, of commitment, of institutions. And it could be a relationship with an institution, though I'm not really seeing that. I think that, what could be here is that you've gone through a difficult divorce maybe in the past, and that's resulted in you feeling afraid. But let's see, more might be unraveled. And you have the King of Cups here as well. So Three of Coins, the Hierophant, and the King of Cups. It's possible that you have let go of a relationship with a King of Cups. Maybe there's a divorce that's happened. That's possibly what it is. But it feels like you're moving on to something. Let's look at it this way. So with your being afraid to take a leap of faith. And I think that fear comes from, it stems from you not valuing who you are, your true nature, which is a mix of so many things. It's beast and it's virgin, it's innocent and it's world-wise. It's, it's not just one thing, but you're not valuing yourself. And as a result, I think you are maybe shunning potential relationships or partnerships of some sort. With the Queen of Wands, now the picture changes somewhat, because you get the Queen of Wands and the Ten of Cups, which suggests this emotional fulfillment and this feeling of valuing yourself, of self-esteem, of joy, of creativity. So it's possible that this is the energy you are coming out of and you're moving into this energy. And it's maybe that's what's happening because you are letting go of some kind of institutional setup, whether it's religion or marriage or university, for example. Something, you are letting go of this. And I think it's bringing something positive. I'm going to get a card for each row as well, just to clarify. Here you have this Emperor. And look at the Emperor. The Emperor is about stability. And it feels to me like this Emperor, this fire, it could be a fire sign. It could be specifically, this is the card of Aries. That is the card of Taurus. So it could be that a fire sign is making an offer, or someone who has the qualities of the Emperor. A strong person, a very masculine energy person who is confident and stable. That's the other thing about the Emperor in the upright. Making an offer which has a dreamy quality about it. It might be a new offer, and that's why it's dreamy. But with the King of Cups in reverse, here again, I think it might be that you are not trusting that you're not trusting something. Let me get clarifiers for each row, and then I'll get the 3 for the whole reading, and then I'll get your advice for the week ahead. So that's for row 1. I love the Queen of Swords. So this is about cutting out what doesn't serve, being honest communication. So perhaps you have started dealing with, maybe you've walked away from the situation that's made you feel this way, and you've kind of detached maybe from that. With the Knight of Coins in reverse, maybe something that you've built up over time, you have let go of, which, because you believe it's not giving you that emotional fulfillment. And letting go of it is giving you that emotional fulfillment. It's giving you this new lease on life. And with the Two of Coins, yes, there's definitely this feeling of indecision here. It's like you are not sure if you can trust. It could also be that you are juggling, or someone's juggling. I'm just putting that there. Juggling 2 partnerships or something. Let's get clarifiers for the entire reading. So it feels like maybe in the past you were afraid, but it looks like you have spoken your truth. You have started cutting out stuff that doesn't serve you, even long-term stuff. But now you might be juggling as well, different things. With the Ace of Swords, it talks about a new beginning. So something is happening, something new. That is the end of something painful. And it's like you're moving towards the Six of Cups, which is this something from the past. Something from the past. It could be a past relationship come back, or it could be that this divorce or this thing that you ended is transforming. Take it as it fits for you. The other thing about the Six of Cups is it can talk about past life, love, like almost soulmate kind of love. Maybe that's what this King of the Emperor is bringing in. Ten of Swords is the ending of something that was hard. And the Ace of Swords is the new beginning. It's quite interesting. Let me see if I've left anything out, group one. Yeah. I think this could also be about your sense of self, very much like group four, that King of Cups came up, and that need to value you, your ability to, I think you need to let go of your fear of relationships. Because something didn't work out in the past doesn't mean that something in the future won't work out. And our relationships depend on how we value ourselves, right? Because we know that if we value ourselves, if we know when to say no, when to give, and when to put up boundaries, we know that we will be okay. We know that if we love ourselves enough, it doesn't matter what goes on with another, we will be okay. We are okay. And I think that the caution of this reading is to not allow a new relationship or a relationship from the past in because you're afraid of something, because of something in the past. Get the class cards. Okay, interesting. Two of Swords is that feeling stuck. But with the Seven of Wands, I think that you are being advised to stand up for yourself. And if you need to make an offer or open yourself up to an offer, I think that's what your advice simply is that standing up for yourself is, for one, taking those blindfolds off. And okay, if you are juggling, if you are holding back, so the Two of Swords can be about you blocking off your heart and not seeing some truth that is in front of you. If that is the case, you need to take those blindfolds off, and you can do that in meditation. What are you not seeing? I think that your week ahead, you need to focus on revealing truths to yourself. Where are you not seeing a truth that is being shown to you, and your subconscious knows? The other thing is, if you are blocking a new relationship because you are stuck in the past, whether it's in a past marriage or the hurt of a past relationship, or any kind of institutional thing, like it could even be religion, right? Being stuck in dogma, things that this is the way it should be. You need to be confronting that, I think. And I was saying, if you are juggling, you need to also unjuggle or be honest, right? There's a need for honesty, but there's also a need to stand up for you, your values, yourself, your maybe even your belief in yourself. You need to be standing up for yourself, and which then opens you up to an offer that's made or to making an offer to someone. So I know group 4 or group 1, this is a bit of it's a bit here, there, and everywhere. The thing is, this could be, I think you can relate to the reading if you've chosen it. It could be about a marriage, or it could be about like some kind of institution, but something from the past should not hold something up from the future. I think your advice is to start valuing yourself more, so that you can have relationships that are fulfilling, or a relationship that comes in. You know that you can have that, and you are worthy of that. That's the other thing. And then this thing of taking the blindfolds off. There's something about something you are not seeing, and I think that this is quite a lovely card to work with. And that's what I love to do with the cards, is to use them. You go in there as a meditation and be this person sitting with the 2 swords. The swords are about mental things, about what's in your head, what is in your mind. And you're blocking your heart because of what's going on in your mind, and because you don't want to see all this, the head stuff. And that's what your week ahead is about is doing that inner work and trying to unpack what are those things in your mind that are blocking your heart and the movement forward in a potential relationship, I think. Okay, beloveds, please take from there what works, what fits your situation. I think that the general thing is there, and that's about standing up for yourself in some way, and about getting clarity, and about that letting go. Very interesting, but really opening yourself up to a new relationship. Okay, beloveds, if this reading has given you something, if it's helped you in some way, give me a like, and please share with others. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe, and share your comments, but ask your questions, share your comments. I'd love to hear what you think and what you'd like to see. Okay, group 1, I wish you a wonderful week ahead. I hope that you move forward to this potential new love that seems to be hovering. Have a wonderful week ahead. Bye. Welcome back, group 2. You chose Madre of Earth, which is the Queen of Earth. And you have lots of earth energy. You have the tree of life here. Let's see what's going on. You might be concerned with money or material matters. Beneath the deck, you have the Page of Swords, which tells me maybe clear communication, or an offer that is clear. Interesting, really interesting. At the center, you have this heartbreak, group 2. The 3 of Swords. There's some, look at that pain that this person is feeling. Yet I'm not getting, okay, let's see what happens, right? What comes out. But you have this 3 of Swords, and it could be that you are healing from some kind of pain that felt really devastating. So the Queen of Swords, there's you, Queen of Swords, cutting out the crap, being detached, learning to say no is no, And that's a beautiful energy. I love the Queen of Swords energy. And because you have come to this place, you are able to, oh, sorry, I thought this was the Fool, and it makes more sense actually. I think that it's your going within, that you're taking time out to be alone. Maybe you've been doing that a lot. If not, I think that this is advice that you should do a lot of alone time stuff of just sitting and listening, nothing more. So you can get out of this energy of sleepless nights and worry, which I feel you are coming out of because it's in the reverse. So there's something about you doing a lone journey type of thing to bring about your own healing group. You felt like an outsider, which is maybe where this hurt has come from. But look at you as the Queen of Cups there. This Queen of Cups, such an open heart. And I feel you don't need to change that, because the Queen of Cups is the Queen of emotions. There's nothing wrong with being a loving soul. We just need to always find ways of looking after ourselves. The love must go within first, you know? And maybe that's what you're doing. You've been doing a lot of self-healing, a lot of self-nurturing. I really, really just look at that card. Beautiful, beautiful. Surrounding herself with the love, and the love of whatever you believe in, your ancestors, your guides, spirit. Beautiful love, energy. Here's the Queen of Coins in reverse, and there's something, I think, maybe you have 3 queens. And I think that these 3 queens are aspects of yourself. Queen of Swords, Queen of Coins, Queen of Cups. Your Queen of Coins is in the reverse. It could be the loss of a job. It could be that you've been worried about finances. It could be that you are concerned about stability. It could be that you've had an altercation with the Queen of Coins or that type of nature. I mean, for example, you could be either one of these energies, and you don't have to be that sign anyway. And so, Queen of Coins, 6 of Wands, 3 of Cups, feeling really like an outsider. It could be, oh, come on. Sorry, just give me a sec. Still, all good, all good, good, all good. Anyway, so let's look at these 3. Lack of victory in some kind of relationship. It feels like feminine energy with a feminine energy, or maybe even in a friendship group, or it could be in a relationship. But I'm not seeing that so much. But there was hurt in some kind of group space, like family spaces. So it even could be family, where you felt this is not okay. I'm not okay. But it looks to me like you're changing that. You are now looking towards it's like you are standing on your own, looking towards your ships. Wow, I love this. So this Queen of Swords, now that I'm looking at her properly, she's up in the clouds, sitting on her throne, her armchair, right? Her very own armchair. And she's looking out into her future. So it's like trusting in your independence, really, standing up for you. All the 3 readings so far have been about standing up for you. But here you are learning to detach. You're learning to speak truths that need to be spoken. And there's a dreaming quality about this Queen of Swords, but I don't think it's like she trusts in her dreams. She's like no nonsense, intellectual, clear. This is me kind of thing, and maybe that's who you are striving towards. And so even this feeling like an outsider, it's like you will create your own inside space. Okay, also the Queen of Coins, the Swords, has maybe been feeling like an outsider. Maybe you've been feeling like you don't have this financial independence, as I said earlier. So you've been feeling like an outsider with that. But I feel like being the Queen of Swords is a good thing. It's like you are learning this way of detaching from things that don't serve you. And you're doing it by taking time out. If you're not doing this, take this time out to be the Hermit. This is a card of Virgo. Take the time out to go within, to spend time alone. These cards, look at the similarity. They're both looking out. But they both also have a quiet quality. That one is meditating. That one is almost like I can see. It's really beautiful. So there's something also for you about going within and letting that be your healer. And this thing about a lack of victory, I think that's in your mind. Because what is victory? You know, I talk a lot about our expectations. And I think that's one of the things is that victory, a lack of victory is because we expected a certain outcome. But I think you're on a journey, beloveds. I think you're on a journey of soul healing somehow. Healing the way you relate to people, maybe. Healing how you stand up for yourself in relationships. It doesn't have to be loverships only. And you're letting go of this pain. And I feel like you're... So let's say this is the three aspects of you that you're dealing with right now. To me, you are very much in feminine mode, you group 2 right now. And you're dealing with the three aspects of feminine energy, nurturers. The queens are nurturers. You've got the Queen of Cups. And the reminder of the Queen of Cups is the self-love. The Queen of Swords is that clarity, that being able to say no, that being able to not take shit from people. And you have the Queen of Coins in the reverse, which is, for me, what you're worried about. The other two are happening. You are doing the self-love. You are learning to be more clear with your words. But the one thing you might be worried about is your financial or your sense of security. So maybe that's what you'll be working on in the week ahead. And I think it will come because you're doing this and you're doing this. And then there's this Three of Cups in reverse. So I get the sense of some kind of betrayal. Oh, wow. And I'm not even thinking about this. This is the Queen of Coins in the upright. So it's almost like a counteract for that Queen of Coins in the reverse. Maybe you are not seeing the abundance that you do have. And group 2, I'm going to suggest that your week ahead is a lot about focusing on acknowledging your abundance. Just keep saying thank you. Saying thank you is such a wonderful thing. It doesn't matter who you're saying that thank you to. Or you could do, I feel gratitude for. And list all the things that you have gratitude for. I have a friend on Facebook who puts a gratitude, her 5 gratitude things up. And I know that that is such a powerful act. But just because it reminds you of what is there. So maybe you're needing to have a different look at abundance. But I do feel like you have felt betrayed, but you are dealing with it, beloveds. You are. So you are dealing with it by talking and standing up for yourself and valuing who you are. get the Nine of Swords. Oh, and this wanted to come out was the Hermit, putting that laptop away when you need to, and doing that, going within, just doing the quiet, doing that hermiting. Your week ahead, I think, is a lot about that hermiting, and it's a lot about seeing abundance around you. Just maybe the whole week is about just every moment you can remember. Say, if you walk past and you smell something, oh, I love that smell, and appreciating your sense of smell, or the thing that is smelling beautiful to you, right? A lot of earth energy. I think that that's part of it. I think that you are maybe needing to spend time in nature. And if you can't, if you're stuck in a flat or whatever, watch nature or read magazines that have pictures of nature. Just value nature, because your nature is your grounding, right? The nature around is our grounding, is this abundance. It's all around us. Okay, so it's about that perspective. It's so funny now, all the queens are here. So there's your fiery queen, your queen of passion. That's come out also in the reverse. And then the Two of Cups, which suggests opening yourself up to relationships. Maybe a relationship will come in. So maybe all this healing that you're doing is about relationships. And the Two of Cups doesn't have to be a lovership. It can be relating with others, opening yourself up to that. And then the Nine of Swords again is you are letting go of the sleepless nights. Maybe it's simply that you are sleeping better, or that's the other thing you need to do, is find ways of sleeping better. And the one thing that does work is having a warm bath at night, and then cutting off from this laptops and social media early, before you sleep. Don't take them to bed with you. The Queen of Wands in reverse. I'm not worrying too much about this, because I think that that's your thing. Maybe to think about your creativity, and if there are things you can be doing to. What I'm saying is that the two aspects of your feminine energy are the Queen of, that are a bit out of kilter, are how you see abundance, and maybe how you view your creativity. But let's get advice cards. Okay, as a summary, I think that you are learning to talk up for yourself, speak up for yourself, and that there's been some kind of pain you've experienced, but you're starting to stand in your Queen of Swords energy in this situation and speaking up for yourself. You're also doing it in loving ways. Love first and foremost for yourself, but loving ways in the situation. Your mainstay is you're going within with the Hermit there, is that taking the time out, even if it's to just sit in nature and appreciate, valuing everything the week ahead, I feel is part of your advice. And then just speaking your truth, but from a heart of love for yourself, and but also an open heart. You're healing something, group 2, don't worry. So let's get your advice cards. Let's see what comes up. Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm going to take those cards because they came out in their own little jumbled way. The Emperor, lots of cards. The Emperor, the World, 3 of Wands, 5 of Cups, and 8 of Cups. So, wow. So I think it's about, I think your week ahead is about seeing things that have value and being clear about not throwing the baby out with the bathwater. There are things that have value and there are things that don't have value. So walking away from first having the discernment to know what is worth staying for, because sometimes relationships or whatever they are go through hard times, but they are worth it. And some of them are not. So that's your work. What's worth staying for, and what do I need to walk away from? This could even be a habit, right? And the 5 of Cups, on the other hand, talks about not seeing those things that are of value. If there's there's your Two of Cups. If there's an offer, not seeing it because you're so focused on the past. So that's another little thing that you can think about. The Emperor and the World, and the Three of Wands. Wow. I feel like you're going through a huge change, and you are needing to very much, there's this energy of letting something complete. Let this cycle, whatever it is, come to an end so that you can start anew. And it's like you are going to be the emperor of your little empire, whatever it is. It's your ships coming in, really. Something's ending, but completing in a constructive way so that you can start a new beginning where you are stand in your power. It's so interesting that you get all this feminine energy, right? All the queens, and then you get the emperor. It's almost like if we balance, it's like in this particular situation and at this particular time, your Queen of Swords energy and your Queen of Cups energy, you've worked on that, whether you've known it or not. Your intellect, your ability to be clear, communicate clearly, to be honest and speak your truth, combined with your ability to still be loving, and particularly to be loving to yourself. Whereas your sense of abundance and your sense of creativity might be lacking. And it's like if you work on those two, not in a hectic way, it's just like that, being grateful and maybe doing that little hobby that you've always said you will do, or being consistent with some craft that you are working on or project or whatever. That combination of all those four feminine energies are creating this within you in this particular, you know what it is. Could be an area of life, could be in a particular situation, relationship, whatever, where your ships are coming in because you're completing that cycle now. You are, you know what I'm seeing now, air, earth, water, fire. It's like you're balancing those two aspects you've worked on in this situation with those other two aspects. And in doing that, you have this completion in the sense of wholeness. And the three is also, that's also 321. And that then brings your ships come in, and that wholeness then, I know I'm going on and on, but I'm trying to get the message across, culminates in this strength, this emperor within you, that you expressing yourself wholly as the emperor in this masculine energy. And I will say this, that to me, it feels like, I don't think we need an overabundance of masculine energy. I think we need both, however we identify. But for me, you have been a person who's identified mainly with the feminine energy, and you don't have to let that go. But I think that this is your balance. This is your, I was going to say reward, but it is in a way a reward. It's like you are completing some kind of cycle in some area of your life. And it's really beautiful. Could be, you will see what it is. There's so many people out there. It will be different for each of you, but I think you will see it. And it's really lovely group too. Okay, beloveds, if you like the way I read, and if this has made meaning for you, please give me a like. Please share with others. I really would like to grow my channel, and share with me things you would like to see me discuss. And I'm happy to do that within the values and principles of Soulful Soul. Yeah, share with others, and please share your comments. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe, and I wish you a wonderful week ahead. Bye. Welcome back, Group 3. You chose this beautiful flower. Sorry, I'm used to the camera being in another place. I keep playing around with it so that I get the best. This beautiful flower. And your card is lavender. This is the Four of Swords. So it's talking about peace, and it's talking about, you know what, every one of these has spoken about going within. That's a really important point. But yours is particularly about doing that. Maybe you need to use lavender, because lavender is a very calming plant and oil. But use it when you do your meditation, maybe. That's what guidance we have for you. 9 and 10 of Wands. Wow. 3 of Wands. Maybe you are, I think, impatient. And maybe that's why you've got the 4 of Swords, or maybe you're being impatient about something. Every group, you're the last group 3, and every group got the 3 of Cups. Everyone. Such similar energies. At the center, I feel you are worrying about your abundance, beloveds. You're feeling like the King of Coins in the reverse, like you are not able to make your something to do with your abundance and your stability that you're concerned about. And maybe it's a matter of being impatient. 9 of Wands, 10 of Wands, and the 6 of Wands. So I think you are on a journey of progression. You are, I think you have been undervaluing your experience, maybe what you've created. You might not have seen the value of what you've created. You are seeing mistakes as failures, when mistakes are mistakes, or mistakes are lessons. Even more than mistakes, they are lessons. They're just part of the journey of life. Really what I'm seeing is maybe you're starting to value that, and you can see the journey you've taken. I think that maybe what the 10 of Wands here is saying, that you need to just rest when you need to rest, and that rest could just be mind rest. Calm, because there's victory. You have the victory card. You might not be able to see it, but there's victory. And I think you need to be patient with some kind of process. So, you know what I see here? It's almost immediate. You've been feeling like your king, you're not able to. I think there's something here. Two things. There could be a relationship where one partner is not feeling as valued as the other, or is lacking self-worth, or for now, at this moment. But it's a partnership. It is a partnership. Or this is what I'm getting, beloveds. You have been seeing yourself in this. There's something about your masculine and feminine energy. I think that's coming up a lot in the readings today for some reason. But maybe you have a very masculine way of seeing abundance, and you are needing to see abundance in a more feminine way. I'm not sure what that means. Perhaps you are needing to be more gentle about abundance, one valuing what you have created more. And I think that you need to be letting go of a a more hard way of looking at abundance. I don't know what that means for you, because I'm seeing this 2 of Wands as you choosing one way. You know, there's the 2 ways of seeing or being, but you can use a more gentle approach somehow towards yourself of the way you see abundance. You know, I'm surprised the Judgment card hasn't come up, because I feel like that's the energy you need, is to look at do an assessment in a sense of how you see abundance, and In what ways do you see abundance in the masculine, in a masculine way? And how could you see it in a more feminine way? Something like that. And look at this, you get the Two of Swords, of Wands, which is telling me about that push me, pull you, which way, that duality. And you get the Two of Coins as well in the reverse. It's that juggling, should I, shouldn't I kind of energy. With the Three of Cups there, I think this is celebrating the feminine again. It's come up a lot. And for you, that's how I'm seeing feminine. Celebrating the feminine within you. Celebrating the sisterhood. Maybe you need to surround yourself with feminine energy this week. And, you know, this Hierophant is, you know how I'm seeing this Hierophant. I know this is the card of institutions and stuff, but it's so positive in this one. I generally see the Hierophant negatively, but that's my own bias, you know, my own conditioning, whatever. But in here, for me, the Hierophant is a reminder of what you've achieved, all the steps you've taken to where you are now. And it's acknowledging that. It could be that you are an academic or a student, and maybe you as the student have not been valuing yourself, or doing the masculine, seeing your achievements in the masculine way. So your achievements then always fall short because of these harsh ways that there's something here about your achievements, what you've done, that you are very harsh on. And look at this card that wants to come out. I'm going to put it back in. It's this Temperance, it's that balance. Wow. Such an intriguing reading, and yet so straightforward. The others weren't, but yours is so straightforward, but it's so deep and so intriguing, beloveds. It's lovely. It's really lovely. I think you are needing to learn a different way. Your reading is about how you value your achievements. Everyone's reading's been about how they value themselves, but yours is about your achievements. Like you have a tendency to be hard on yourself. Oh, I didn't get straight A's, so I'm this and whatever, or I should have done that better, that interview, or maybe I'm not worthy of this, so I won't apply for that job. Why would I think that I could get it? And it does feel institutional. And it could also be about religion. There could be something about religion that's playing a role here. But definitely I'm seeing that self-value. Let's get some clarifiers. Beneath the deck, you get the Five of Cups, which is that, again, of being about, it's about value, right? But anyway, so Knight of Cups in the reverse, the Seven of Cups upright, and the King of Coins. See here, you've got your King of Coins upright. So let me think about it. Seven of Coins is about making choices wisely or being discerning. Knight of Cups, something to do with emotions here. I think that you need to take a non-attached look at your achievements, or non-attached but loving. So you're detaching from your head, but you're very attached from the heart. You know? Yeah, so so you're detached. You make a clinical assessment of your achievements, but you do it lovingly. So you're not putting yourself down. I think if you did that, you would see the value of your achievements, of the work that you've done, you know, and therefore all your experiences don't become a burden. They become, wow, I learned that, I learned that, I learned that. I think that's what you need to be doing for the week ahead. Then with the Seven of Cups, I think you are needing to, well, I think one of the things you need to do is that withdrawal, that appreciating lavender, and maybe just withdrawing, just being still. But you are maybe going to have to make choices based on this little inventory, maybe that's what the inventory is about. It's very interesting. It didn't get the judgment card, but I guess that is the message, is to do that inventory so that you can then make decisions. And that's why the detachment from a place of your head being straight on and your heart being full of love for yourself. So you can make choices about what your next steps are that move you then towards your King of Coins. And this is a beautiful King of Coins, sitting like the Emperor, which is that stability, moving you towards that. And you know what, moving to, it's almost like, I know I spoke about the Queen of Coins, there's that loving energy again, but it's that loving energy that rights the King of Coins, that puts you upright, because once you've been able to see your achievements and then make choices based on that, you can see that King of Coins of yours again in the upright, your masculine self, abundant self in the upright, but maybe not in such a harsh way, because there's something gentle also about this King of Coins. Something like that, group 3. But I think that you are needing to spend time with feminine energy as well. It's nice. Like your more gentle friends and loved ones. Spending time with them. Energy. 5 of Coins, 8 of Wands, 6 of Cups. Okay. So advice. You know what I'm going to ask you to do is you just look at this card and think about for the week ahead your impressions of the 5 of Coins. Now, the 5 of Coins is generally about seeing yourself as an outsider when you aren't, when all the abundance is available, the food, the warmth, the protection is in there, in this, like, again, spiritual or institutional space, maybe. But okay, that's my thing. I feel you need to be thinking about the 5 of Coins. How do you feel? What makes you feel like an outsider? And I think it is all related to this inventory and this energy that what I've been speaking about. You need to communicate something. If you're needing to put an application out there, put it out there. You need to communicate something. And it's like something from the past comes back. Now, I would generally say past love, but I'm not seeing this as love. I'm seeing it's something to do with you, your work, your studies, or whatever. It's like you're going back to something from the past, but maybe you go back there with your king upright, because your king is your masculine energy of abundance, and the way you make money or create abundance, whatever that means for you, is balanced now by your more nurturing qualities of how you see making abundance, being a success, whether it's as a student or whatever. I'm going to tell you a little story that my nephew's girlfriend, my friend Miranda, told me. She's an art teacher. She was saying there was this young girl in her class who was like a straight A student, who came to her with a serious meeting. I am not going for 90% anymore, or 100 or whatever. I am going for 70 because the pressure is too much. And I thought that was awesome. That is such a more loving way to approach life than that dog eat dog world. And the King of Coins is not a dog eat dog, but in the reverse can be, right? And maybe that's how you've been seeing things. You have been seeing through the masculine lens, not male, masculine lens that we have been socialized to see success, I think. And you, that's your change, my beloveds. I think it's beautiful. I think this is this huge transformation you're going through. And I think what's lovely is that you emerge a masculine still, but you've still got that feminine energy. Or at least, should I say, your masculine emerges still intact, but reformed. A different way of being masculine. I feel I still need to unpack all this shit, but I love it. I hope you love it too. If you do, please give me a like. Please share with others and tell them about Soulful Soul. And if you haven't subscribed, do please share your comments. I'd love to see what you have to say. I'd love feedback, and I'd love to hear if there are other things you'd like me to cover. Send you lots of love for the week ahead. Group 3, your reading is really powerful. Bye. Welcome back, Group 4. You are my first reading today. You've chosen this card. It's pomegranate. What it's talking about is sleepless nights, potentially. Perhaps you have been worrying about stuff, and maybe that's why the angel wings are here as well, to let you know that things will be all right, you know. But let's see what the reading has to say. Beneath the deck, you have the Strength card in reverse, which might indicate something to do with why you're feeling this lack of power, possibly. Sorry, that for me is talking about a lack of power. That is why you might have the worries. The Knight of Wands is at the center of this whole shenanigan. It might be you. You don't have to be identified as masculine to have the Knight of Wands in reverse. I would say the Knight of Wands is maybe being impetuous, maybe over fighting, feeling stuck and uncreative. It's possible you are feeling a lack of self-worth at the moment, or, you know, not a lack of self-worth, but maybe you're feeling a little bit down on yourself. But it's not looking hopeful, unhopeful. Listen to me and my words. It's looking positive. So you have, first we have the Seven of Wands with the Eight of Cups and the Two of Wands. It looks like you have not been standing up for yourself on something. You felt really bad in some kind of situation and you walked away, either emotionally or you have physically walked away. And now it's like you're at a bit of a crossroads. It's not even a crossroads, but at what feels maybe like a standstill, but is in fact you just taking a breath before your next steps. That's what I'm feeling there. I think this card, the Three of Cups, is talking about the need to celebrate with friends, with people you consider to be your sisterhood or brotherhood or whatever hood, your friendhood, you know. you know, last week there was a group who got this fire and water energy, and here I see the fire and water energy, but the King of Cups is in the upright. I will unravel as we go along, but what I'm seeing here, I think you are being guided to hold this King of Cups energy. And in this card, this King of Cups seems to be meditating. And their focus is on the self. I get this feeling of struggling with self-worth and with your feeling like you cannot stand up for yourself. And I was just thinking about this King of Cups. Well, in this context, the King of Cups is about learning to balance that self-love with giving, being so in love with yourself that you are able to freely give, because you know that if you are taken for granted, you have the ability to put your boundaries up. So you need to think about where you fit in that whole thing. It could be there are the following people in your presence at the moment: a fire sign, a water sign, and an earth sign, or people who have that energy, someone who's quite emotionally stable, someone who's fiery and might be in bully mode at the moment, or impetuous and not feeling very stable right now, and someone who has a stable feminine energy, grounded energy. And any one of these could be you as well. But I feel like there's guidance about this King of Cups to find a way of carrying that energy. And I think that your path to that is through going within. It is through doing that inner work. And maybe looking at, with the Judgment card there, maybe looking at how you value your worth. Especially you have the Strength card here as well. So I think that there are issues about self-worth that are coming up. With the Knight of Pentacles here, okay, we have the Knight of Pentacles, the Judgment card, and the Queen of Pentacles here. So I think perhaps you are very concerned about money, about financial matters. Okay, about financial matters. This Knight of Pentacles does come up quite often in the last few weeks, has been coming up. And the Knight of Pentacles is talking about the slow and steady, you know. The Knight of Pentacles comes in with an offer, and sometimes why is it taking so long? But it comes in, and slow and steady is better than fast, and that will fizzle out, you know. This is something you can rely on. So it could be possible that there is an earth sign coming in, or that you are waiting for some news about finances, or you are trying to build something with finances. And it's saying, do it the slow and steady way, because the end result is this Queen of Coins energy, this of being able to be proud of what you've accomplished. With Judgment there, it does feel like you are right now at a stage of standing still. And with Judgment in reverse, it's saying that something, even though, well, let me read it the other way. Even though you've walked away, maybe something has not ended, you know? But let's look at it this way, and I'll also get paid. You have this card of standing up for yourself in the reverse. 7 of Wands. This is so much like this King of Cups energy. If it's properly used, you know, it's saying it's like that's lacking, and that is the antidote. That's what I'm seeing there. So with the 7 of Wands, 3 of Cups, I think that this is saying you need to spend time with people who value you. The Three of Cups is generally about celebration in the upright. It's a beautiful card here. It reminds me of the Star card in this deck, which the Star card is about healing. And I think you need to be finding ways of valuing yourself more by doing self-loving things, including spending time with people who really care about you, reaching out to friends who embrace you like that, the friends that make you feel like the feeling of that card, and to trust. So I think you need to do this balance of, I think you are concerned about money coming in or making money, and I think you need to be balancing making money with those moments of self-nurturing, which include being with good friends or talking to good friends. I know that some people are in heavy lockdown for health reasons, but you can have your tea parties with friends online, and you can engage with people who love you, reach out in whatever way. You've done this walking away, or you are trying to walk away. And it's possible you've walked away from someone who, two things. Either you've walked away from someone who's displaying either bullying energy or an insecure energy, maybe jealousy, insecurity, or bullying, or this is your energy, not feeling confident in yourself. And perhaps you are walking away from that, but there seems to be something that is stuck. There seems to be some kind of thing of staying where you are. And that's okay. That really is okay. Sometimes we need to be in one place. We need to be stuck with a lesson, right? Doesn't mean we'll never stay stuck there, obviously. Things change. That's what life is about. It's about cycles and changes, and you're not going to stay stuck in that energy. However, you can abuse that energy and complain to yourself or feel sorry for yourself about being stuck there. Or you can say, what are my lessons now? Why am I stuck here? What is it I need to learn? And that's where what I think is going on for you, beloveds. I'm reminded again of the 9 of Air. 9 of Air generally speaks about those sleepless nights, worrying, being in mental mind, worrying about stuff. And here you have the 2 of Wands, the King of Cups, and the Queen of Coins. This could talk about a relationship. Perhaps the stuck energy has been about a relationship and people are growing up. That's one possibility. It could talk about you moving to this energy of the King of Cups. Oh, this is what's interesting, right? I said you need to combine the celebration with the hard work. Perhaps the energies you are working with very much are water and earth. Water, in that you are learning to do the self-love thing, not in a soundbite kind of way. It's about learning to deeply go within and find value in who you are. And it doesn't happen overnight. We've had years of baggage, many of us, but we keep on working, we keep on chipping, and we keep on growing and growing to our fullness forever. So you don't have to build something overnight, even within yourself. But I think that what you're learning, I think that you are building something financially with the Queen of Coins here. Or you're coming to this place of abundance, and that's what you're working towards. But you also need to be doing this it's about what's out there and what's seen and what's inside, what is within you. I think there's something about those two that's going on with you for this week ahead. I think that would be a lovely thing for you to work on. Now, sometimes what is within shows in what is without, the macrocosm of the microcosm. So it could be that you are walking towards a new relationship, or that a relationship with you are in is coming to some kind of balance. What is also lovely about these two is that I see these as divine partners in a way, because earth and water are opposite signs in the zodiac, always. Cancer, Capricorn, Taurus, Scorpio, and Virgo, Pisces. So there's some, it's the myth around the belief around the zodiac is that each of them, it's like yin yang. Cancer has a lot of Capricorn has a lot of Cancer, has Cancer within. So they balance each other out. And I'm just using those as an example. I'm not really much about the zodiac, but I do like to use this example, So for me, this is like a match made in heaven. It's like a divine match. So you can see how you know if that's what's going on for you, if there's a potential for love, or if you can feel that a relationship is healing. Yet there's this thing about your self-worth and your growth, and you're walking away from a negative situation here, walking away from the King of Wands energy. It could be even you having an attitude shift, beloveds. There's something important also about judgment there, I think. So that Ace of Wands, let me get a card for judgment. I know this Four of Swords wanted to come out, and the Sun card. But let me get, look at this, how, so there is a bit of stuckness with I don't think I need to show that up. So with the Ace of Wands, it does feel like your new beginning is taking its time, and that's okay. In the reverse, something is at a standstill for now. It's about this going within for you right now. But look at this last row, how hopeful it is. This is about waiting, that you're not moving forward. But it feels to me like it's not like you are stuck. The situation is stuck, but it needs to be. It needs to be at this hiatus. It needs to be at this point of before the next step. We have to breathe sometimes before we move into other things, and that's really important. But look at this part, the sunshine that's shining on this relationship, or this inner relationship. It looks like a really good potential for a really good relationship, and it could also point to a relationship, an existing one that's having healing. And like I say, take it as it fits. It could be your relationship with yourself, and you're finding balance in some area of your life between making stuff happen and internal self-care, self-love, self-worth. Let me get a card for this one to fly out for the judgment card, but let's get a card for the judgment card. Okay, Five of Swords. That tells me about game playing, beloveds. It talks about some kind of winning at all costs, like a win or lose kind of situation. So I think just be aware that I think it's you that might have this attitude of win or lose, whereas you can have this attitude of balanced partnership. because I think that Two of Wands is also speaking about partnership. There's such a strong partnership element here. So let's get advice. So you know if that's you, beloveds. You know if that's you. You know, the Judgment card is also about stock taking, of doing an internal review of where you behave in certain ways. So it is possible that these cards are saying, do a little stock take of when you behave like the King of Wands. The King of Wands, I would say, is, if you think about this card in the upright, there's no rah-rah, just I am who I am. I have the mighty lion supporting me, no? I have my light, my passion, my fire. I'm able to ignite projects and things and relationships. But in the reverse, it's the opposite of all of that. Could be feeling a lack of power, could be because of that being a bully or behaving in a bully way, could be feeling a lack of creativity. It could even be about feeling down, or maybe even depression. And maybe part of your journey is about doing an assessment of what are the things that, when do you behave in this way? When do you find yourself behaving in this really self-defeating way with the Five of Swords there? Five of Swords is about, like I say, win or lose. I lose. If I win, you lose. If I lose, you win. So it's always this battle, instead of saying there's a place where we all can win, not looking for. So what is it that triggers that in you? Because I know for sure that it's not your always behavior. It's just a part of you, or a part that comes out in certain cases. And possibly we all have that, where we find this energy coming in where we want to have power over, or we want to bully, or we find ourselves bullying. We don't want to. It happens. So that's what I'm seeing happening here. And I think your stock take is about saying, what is the root cause of this? What are the things that trigger this in me? Just do your little inventory. I think that's also a good thing for you to do, so that you can have now your renewal, your rebirth, which the Judgment card is about in the upright. It's that renewal and rebirth, and starting afresh on this particular path. You get the Eight of Wands, which is about communication. And look at the Seven of Wands. It's that card, right? And you get, oh, lovely, beautiful. You get the Ten of Pentacles also wanted to come out, but I won't even, it just talks about, it really speaks about, if you're worried about money, it seems to, it's suggesting that everything's fine with money. Slow and steady wins the race. But Ten of Pentacles is like all the abundance you need. And you have the Queen of Coins there as well, which is also an indication of abundance. So is the Empress. So something's going right, beloveds. I think that you'll find, maybe you've been stuck in this place. I really feel like if you do that judgment, that do that going within, but do like an honest reflection. Do some journaling about that Knight of King of Wands in your life, if it's you or even if it's another. I find journaling to be so powerful, but just go and write, or do some internal reflection, which is the Four of Swords, which I'm seeing also as the King of Swords has got that Four of Swords energy, King of Cups here, is doing that internal time, taking time out for self-reflection, meditation. And it could be in the form of just taking quiet time, sitting with your cup of tea, sitting with your journal, and reflecting on, when do I behave in those ways? What triggers that? Even if that's all you're doing for now, the next steps will come. What triggers this win-lose mentality, where I feel like if someone else gets, I don't get? Those are the things that I'm seeing going on for you, beloveds. And I think it's a nice time for you. Enjoy this quiet moment because it looks like things are going to move fast in the week ahead. But I'm not for us moving forward without having done some internal work. Don't brush over the work that needs to be done. That's what builds. That is what builds, is that internal work. That's slow and steady. So, but your week ahead looks like communications coming in, rushing forward, moving forward swiftly. You are standing up for yourself in the week ahead, which is wonderful. And maybe it's because you've done this work and you're feeling like the Empress. So perhaps that little bit of self-care, that going within and doing that inventory and thinking about the King of Cups, who you are within you, will move this energy forward. Also, like I said earlier, it even could be that a relationship starts to change or a new relationship comes in, which looks like a really beautiful one. Okay, group 4, that sounds really beautiful. It sounds like a difficult time, but that's moving to something positive, which it always does. The wound is where the light enters. Okay, my dear group 4, have a wonderful week ahead. If you like this reading, if this has made sense for you, please give me a like. Please do share with others. Tell others about the Southpaw Soul, and subscribe if you haven't. And I wish you a wonderful week ahead. Bye.